Hi everyone, welcome to another RuneWars player journal. I think this is episode 4 now, and I have my hands on the expansions for Latari Elves. So that is Megan, a new character riding the giant moose thing, the Latari Elf Command, and the unit expansions for Lynx Riders, Deepwood Archers, and the Amalheen Scions. So I'm just going to go through my thoughts on the expansions. I'm not going to show off any of the models. We've seen the renders, and obviously I'm going to put the pictures up from FFG, and then I'll actually do painting videos for my own models. But we'll probably get there. Now that I've got everything, I didn't want to do the units without the command upgrades. So I'm going to paint them all pretty soon. I'll probably start on the archers or the Amalheen Scions pretty soon. So I expect those around about episode 6, 7 maybe. But no, not too many teasers. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to go through my thoughts on some of the cards and just the standouts. I'm not going to do every one of them because I'm not really a big fan of in-depth unboxing videos. I think they should be relatively light. But really looking forward to painting Megan, and I just don't really know where she's going to fit into the playstyle for me. There's lots of options with her, in that she's obviously got a 4 dice attack, but doesn't really have brutal or any rerolls or anything built in. She's got lethal, but it varies. She's got protected, but it varies. So I don't really know until I get on the table, play a few games. I'm not too sure. Her ability is interesting. We'll come on to that more when we look at the command units. Then onto the command upgrade pack. I really like the Latari champion. The 2 options that we're going to look at for him are pretty interesting as well. I just think it's a really dynamic model, captures the artwork really well, and there's going to be some fun painting on there. It's really nice. I'm looking forward to doing a painting demo for this one. The standard bearer has got a lot of depth to the model as well. It isn't quite as true to the artwork. He looks a little bit gaunt in the face, but still a nice sculpt, and the banner's beautiful. Lots of depth to get into there. And obviously I got 2 of the command packs, so I'm going to paint them up slightly differently. I might see if I can swap the sword around for a different one, do a little bit of conversion work just so they're not identical, because these ones will really stand out. The Sorceress unit upgrade is pretty interesting. Another nice model, obviously with Megan's ability to field them in addition to your normal characters in the unit. So that should be interesting. A little bit of potential to just stack up a load of interesting stuff in the unit. But mainly I'm looking forward to painting these again. And then the final one that I'm going to do the pictures for, because all the other ones are basically the same as we saw in the starter set, is the Starling. That's a trumpeter, and you can really see him getting into blowing his own trumpet. He's got the head fully back, and this guy, it's just going to be fun to paint. It'll be fine. It's the most amusing model out of the pack for me, but there's some good abilities which we'll get to. Jump straight into some of the command upgrades. So I'll bring up the relevant pictures and everything whilst I do them. So we have the standard bearers first, so the Greenwatch Herald. Able to see that around my disgustingly bitten nails. Doing my best to stop, but hey ho. So the Greenwatch Herald, you may exhaust this card while an ally at range 1 to, I think that's the stable rune, of overgrown terrain is attacking to cause that ally to reroll 1 die. After deployment, place 1 overgrown token at range 1 to 3, 3 to 5 of your unit. Abilities treat this token as overgrown terrain even if this card is exhausted. So you get an extra overgrown piece of terrain, and well, you get an extra overgrown token to trigger abilities from, and it helps you with just reliability, rerolling die. It's only 3 points, so relatively cheap. Another infantry upgrade is the Herald of the Twisting Gale. The Herald of a Twisting Gale. When you collide with an enemy or an enemy collides with you, you may exhaust this card to perform a reform. As a special, choose an ally at range 1 to 3. You may exhaust this card to cause that ally to perform a reform. So that's pretty cool, especially when you consider the different ways you can move from around and stuff like that. So you can use this unit in to trigger another unit. So if you've got your Lynx Riders, push them up a flank, suddenly a random crappy unit with this upgrade can force them to turn around and stuff. So pretty cool there. Then we are on to... I need to remember I've got both cameras running actually. See, I'm getting really weird. So the Warsong Herald. While another ally is attacking an enemy you are engaged with, that ally may reroll 1 die. You do not suffer the morale test for being engaged with the defender of a ranged attack. I think this one's going to be pretty cool. Just because you'll be able to do some really funky... I don't know if I'm going to wait to use it with the actual choppy infantry, I forgot what they're called, the guys with the swords. Put this on them and then the archers pepper in. However, I'm going to use this on both blocks of archers because it's defense 4 for only 3 points, so give a bit of ruggedness to a unit and just stops them from getting peppered too hard. You don't get the morale tests and stuff. Then we have it's a character for Megan. I think we've seen this one already. So for this attack, you may either surge for each enemy at range to suffer damage or gain lethal. That's the infantry version for 10 points. There is the cavalry version as well, which you can sit in either unit. We've seen those. Oh, I thought I'd sorted these out. Evidently, I failed abysmally. Then we're on to the trumpeters. The tactical Darling. You do not receive panic tokens for disengaging from enemies. I really like this one. I think this one is awesome. It is another 4 defense model and it is only 2 points. If you think about him with the standard in the same unit, I think it was relatively cheap. Yeah, you're looking at 5 points, gets you an extra 4 hit points before you start taking off too many models. Just another nice simple one, the marching Darling. And that one is defense 2, and he lets you treat your marches as if they were modified by a bank. The rallying Starling, and he is defense 1, 4 points, and it's special. Each other ally at range 1 to 3 may choose to either remove 1 Bane or to ready 1 upgrade. This is actually pretty useful for the Elves because they can seem to struggle to generate inspiration tokens, which is the normal way you'd be doing this. Then we get into Megan's special ability, lets you deploy sorceresses into units as well as additional upgrades. So these are pretty interesting. This one is exhaust a card to choose from an enemy at range 1 to 3. That enemy receives 1 stun token. That was the Dreamweaver Sorceress, the Verdant Sorceress. She is defense 3 for 3 points. Choose an ally at range 1 to, I think that's a stable again, of overgrown terrain. That ally may remove up to that many Banes. And it is overgrown 2. So another way to get overgrown into your list. And will help remove the Banes again. We have the Storm Sorceress, 4 points. and it is roll 1 blue die for each surge. Choose an enemy at range 1 to 3. Each chosen enemy suffers damage equal to what the red ones are. I don't remember. I need to learn the names of all these runes. I'm so bad. And actually, this one's my favourite model from the pack. He's really dynamic. Look like the unit champion guy. He is the Avenger of Latari. Latania? Latariania. I don't know, too many A's in that for me. His defense 3 for 5 points. After defending against a melee attack, if your command tool is unrevealed, you may exhaust this card to perform a melee attack. If you do reveal your command tool and you cannot activate during this round. Definitely going to go on the infantry unit there. For me, just the simplest use of it is you have him in the unit, and then if you get charged, you'll get your attack. If you were planning on charging, if your opponent doesn't charge you, you can still actually attack. And then another interesting one, the Blackthorn Assassin. After deployment, place 3 blight tokens on this card, and then you may remove 1 blight token from this card. If you do, the defender receives a blight token. It's 7 points, has 1 defense but 2 wounds. So I could see this one going in an archer block, just being another way to hand out your banes onto your opponent. This one was an interesting one, and it is Malakon's Bequest. After energy tokens are cast during setup and the end phase, you may recast 1 energy token with active or inactive power rune. I think no, it's the red ones, the triangular ones. I think it's power, I cannot remember. And then you may exhaust this card to recast 1 other energy or 1 energy token. So it lets you get a little bit of consistency with the runes, but I don't know that I'd be paying 6 points and sacrificing some of the other ones. And then the one you may exhaust this card to change 1 die face to a face of your choice. So 1 die to a face of your choice, and that's during a melee or a ranged attack. So it adds in a little bit of consistency. So I think there's some pretty cool ones. What was the armors? The Pathwalker's Amulet. When defending, you may discard this card to gain protected. I think that is stable rune for this attack. Yeah, I think those were most of the interesting ones. Obviously, you get close quarter targeting, wild rune, wind rune, sorry. Fire leader is pretty cool. Dispatch runner. And Fire Rune, Tempered Steel. So you get a lot of the staples that we've been using already in these packs. So I think we're doing pretty well on the word if you're not needing to buy out of faction to get cards. But, the main ones for me that excite me most are some of those command upgrades. Nothing that's adding massive amounts of damage, but just more tricks. So the elves are still keeping their flavour of being a different type of army. It's not as upfront damage as the Darkan that we're seeing on the table. But I think they're going to be interesting. And that's about it. I think I've rambled on for more than 10 minutes now. So with editing as well, this one's going to be a relatively long video considering it was supposed to be a short one. But thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you next time.